Somebody here may be seeing a lot of damselflies or dragonflies. Something about damsel. So damselflies are like a smaller version of a dragonfly. I get them in my garden since I built a pond. So if you live near a pond or near water, then this message may be for you. Dragonfly spirit is trying to get a message to you about a change that is imminent in your life right now. Now this change could be breaking some kind of illusion that was present. So I'm going to get into your runes because I want to know more about what the illusion was so that you have an understanding that this message is for you. And then what is this change going to bring? So the illusion was about trust. You may have put your trust into somebody or some situation that has repeatedly broken your trust or let you down. And for some of you, you may be making excuses for this situation or this person because you don't want to believe that. You don't want to believe that somebody would dishonor you that way, especially not this person, because it feels like maybe they've convinced you or you've convinced yourself that you have a special connection, you have a special bond. So Spirit's kind of asking you to trust yourself here. What is it about this person or this situation that you are so loyal to? Why do you defend this so much? What does it bring you? What does it give you? You need to ask yourself that question, because I feel like you may find it difficult to find the answer to that question. And what you might find is that actually maybe it has nothing to do with the person or whatever it is that you are defending here, but more to do with the person you become when you are around them. That's what it is that you want. And what the realization here, the illusion that's been broken here, is that actually you can transform easily. You can shapeshift into any version of yourself you want whenever you want. And what you're realizing here is that actually maybe you don't need to be everything you think you need to be in this situation for this person, because you can actually be that without them. Okay, so if the trust has been broken and repeatedly there are patterns, cycles that are continuously letting you down, or you feel that they're letting you down, then Uruz is suggesting that it's time for you to transform this yourself. The illusion has now been broken. Okay, so what is the change? The change is that you're realizing your power. You've got some bloody power, and you haven't really used it. You haven't really utilized it. And I feel like the people around you, and especially this person or this situation here, knows that you have this power, and they are terrified that you're going to discover that you have this power. And in discovering that you have this power, they know that they're not going to be in the picture anymore. And that terrifies them, the fear of rejection, the fear of abandonment by you. And this is where you have to overcome your head and your heart a little bit here, because what it's suggesting to you is that, yes, it's nice to be kind. It's nice to give to others. It's nice to see other people happy in what you provide for them. I get that. But if in you making someone else happy, you're actually making yourself miserable, that's where it isn't healthy. It's not balanced. It needs to stop. So Sawillow is about you. Set yourself a really solid intention right now. And for some of you, I feel like the intention could actually be around your career, around your work. Some of you may be trying to transition from being employed to self-employed. You're trying to bring some kind of passion forward into your life. This situation is blocking that. This situation is still casting that illusion of like you blindly trusting, blindly allowing your loyalty to be trodden on every single day. And it's damaging your ability to grow, your ability to stand in your power, to take that power and to bring your own security and stability in. For some of you, I feel like you don't feel very stable and secure in your material world, but you do feel very wealthy in your spiritual world. But you're not bridging the both together. You're not bringing them. If the magician comes out on this, I'm going to scream. If that's the magician, I'm going to scream. Close. No, joking. It's the Justice card and the Nine of Swords. The truth hurts here. The truth absolutely hurts. And I feel like you may have had trouble sleeping lately because of this realization. You know that this is coming to a conclusion now. And it does hurt. When an illusion's broken, when we look beyond the veil, it can be difficult. And right now, it's almost like you just want to put a stopper on things. You just want to put things on hold. You don't want to look at this. You want to bury your head in the sand. But unfortunately, it feels like the universe has a different plan for this, for you. So we know what this is about then. We know that this is about breaking that illusion. So what is the change going to bring? What is this change going to bring in for you? Or to you? Okay, we have karma, which is the judgment card. So what it's essentially bringing to you is this realization of what you actually are, what you bring, the power that you wield. Say, for instance, I just heard a millionaire, I think he's a millionaire, could be a billionaire, could be anything, talking about time. And he was talking to a group of people, basically saying to them that, they go to work maybe at 9 o'clock in the morning and they clock off by 3:30. They come home and they don't do anything else. Yeah. Or they chill out or do, that kind of thing. He's talking about being like an entrepreneur where you are utilizing every element of time that you have. So yes, you get the balance of rest, entertainment, going for a workout, whatever, and doing your work around it. But sometimes we can get lazy with it, and we actually will clock off at like 5 o'clock on an evening when you may have had another 5 or 6 hours that you could have been doing something towards your business or towards something that you want to grow. So I feel like the judgment card, the karma card, is coming out here to kind of help you to have that realization. You can utilize your time better. You can do a lot more. There's also something about collaboration. I feel like you've really isolated yourself lately. You've kept yourself away from other people. And I don't know why that is. It's almost like there's a fear of people taking over, perhaps, maybe them running away with your ideas. Trust is a very strange thing for you, I feel. It's like there's a particular situation or person in your life you would blindly trust, even though they've broken that trust several times. But then in other areas, you're kind of like not willing to trust because you're just not sure. But it's actually in these areas, and it feels like a workplace, somewhere that you go, or a friend that you have that does have the ability to help you to bring out that gift that you've got, bring out the passion that you want to drive and bring into a business. That's what it feels like. Trust that. Definitely trust that. This is about you understanding, how do I trust? Okay, the shadow side came out, which is the devil card. And I'm not sure if it fell that way or that way. I think it actually is a bit like going down the rabbit hole. Like it's continuously like, because every now and then you have some kind of compulsion towards this. But then other times you're able to break free from it. But you're in this constant loop of like, I just can't resist. And then other times you're like, right, I'm going to plug into this. But there's no real consistency to it. So the change here is about consistency. Something is being moved out of your life to enable you to have a higher level of consistency with what it is that you need to do, what it is that you are doing. Now that is leading you to a union. Now, I don't feel this is a love reading today. I don't feel it's about that. But I do feel it's about a self-respect. I feel it's about the union between your head and your heart. I feel that this Two of Cups is representing fulfillment on a level of union with yourself. So, that your head and your heart are finally on the same page, working from the same hymn sheet, that kind of thing. And this is about you trusting yourself above others. Now, something is going to be coming back into your life, but I feel it's because you have beckoned this level of respect now that things are going to change in your favour. You've opened your eyes to actually, I don't deserve to be treated like that. I don't deserve to be treated like I'm not enough. Okay, let's get one last card before the time runs out. Okay, It's something about the past. Drop me a DM to book in for a personal